So we finished our first complete week of the Lent challenge, and how have I done? Well, I have my Lent spreadsheet here, which I'm actually going to now link on Google Docs. I'm trying to work out how to do that on my software now, but never mind. So, for not a single day have I actually hit my 10,000 step goal, which is why I put the 500 step target for each coin, and 20 coins a day being the ideal point to be. And I haven't been swimming this week either, so exercise wise, not done good this week. Lots more I can do, lots more I will do, but last week was just a bit of a misdemeanor, I guess. And obviously if I don't hit my step goal per day, I definitely do not hit my my 7 day goal, which was a stretch goal anyway. So what I've managed to do over the last week, and if you check my Twitter feed, you'll see the day-to-day basics of that, including most pictures of food, though some were forgotten. It's just a fact of life, unfortunately. You'll see that I've managed to go over 100 coins once, so I've gained a life. And pretty much on the same day, technically the day before when I reported it, but on the day, I also lost a life. I caved to a chippy desire. I have a minor issue of my hot water in my house isn't working at the minute, which is going to be fixed. I'm getting a boiler, my boiler replaced in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So washing up, I have to boil pans and all sorts to make sure I can wash up. And it needed doing Friday night, and I was in a situation where I just couldn't be bothered, so that's why I ended up with the takeaway. But Saturday morning it was all completely cleared, and I'm going to keep on top of it so that I've got minimal amount of washing up between now and the boiler being replaced at all times, which will hopefully prevent the takeaways from happening. That's called life. That's called owning the house, and that's what happens. But despite all that, I have managed to lose 1.2 pounds, so I gained 10 coins for that. So at the minute I'm still on 3 lives because I lost and gained a life at the same time effectively. I think that was possibly what prompted me to do it as well, but I am also now on 34 coins, so I'm not too, well, about a third of the way to my next life being gained. And I do plan on going swimming at least twice over the next week, so that should improve things. And I do plan on keeping on top of the walking as well. Today not being a good example yet because it's nearly midday and I'm only on 414 steps. I don't know, I think I've just got to the point where I'm finding it hard when really all I have to do is just knuckle down and get on with it and it'll be easy again. It's just a mental roadblock that this helped me get to this point, and I now need to find what's going to help me get beyond it. Thoughts of my holiday at the end of the year are certainly helping, and I am still losing slowly, thinking that I need to be lighter for trying to get on roller coasters and the like. I don't know if I've mentioned that actually. I really should keep track of what I say in these videos, because I can't remember if I've said this before or not, but towards the end of the year I am looking to go to California for 10 days, so I'm looking at probably 10 days in LA and then 4 days in Vegas. Something I've never done before basically, and at the minute probably going on my own or maybe with 1 or 2 friends. Depends on what. Well, if any of my friends want to come with me, they're definitely more than welcome. So that's the main dependence. If anyone wants to come, can afford to come, can take the time off work, those sort of things. So that's basically what's focusing my mind at the minute. I want to be, well, I'd love to be 18 stone for them, but to be honest, I think if I was less than 20 stone, I'd be suitable for most rides, if not all rides. At the minute, I know I'm stretching the limit for most rides at the minute, so I probably wouldn't want to go if I was this weight. So that's what I'm looking at the minute. It's been a bit of an interesting week anyway this week, because Thursday I had an internal interview at work, which was to basically go for a role where I've been doing some of the work anyway. They basically learned what I'm good at, and they've been, I won't say grooming, but certainly helping me get into this sort of role. So I've got the experience to do it. I've had the interview. I hope I've done well. I'm shockingly bad at interviews, but I've had a lot of coaching over the last year and a half from one of my former managers, and also from the big boss of the department as well. So hopefully that's helped me make it through to hopefully be selected. that's the plan here, and I'll find out probably just after next week's video. So I won't be able to tell you next week, I don't think, unless they have a set change of heart and decide to tell us earlier. But that's the timescales they've given us. I've got to wait till a week tomorrow to find out at the earliest. But fingers crossed, hopefully I've done well on that. And maybe that change in itself will be a motivator for other changes to keep going as well. Not a lot else to say today, I don't think. Next week's going to be a little bit more interesting, I think, because I'm actually going to my sister's wedding next week. I'm an usher for that, which means my weigh-in might have to be different. I might have to do it on the Saturday rather than the Sunday. In fact, there's no might, I will, because I won't be at home on the Sunday, annoyingly. But because of time constraints on the day of the wedding on the Saturday, I won't be able to film the video on the Saturday, so it's going to be bizarre. I'm literally going to get up on Saturday, as I normally do, go straight downstairs and weigh myself, and then from then on I'm getting ready for the wedding, and then going and enjoying myself, and I'm staying the night there, and the next morning I'll be eating a breakfast at the hotel, and then I'll be coming home probably mid-afternoon. Well, I have to keep the times of my weigh-ins pretty similar, so it has to be after I get up, before I eat breakfast. Otherwise, fluctuations can happen for all sorts of reasons. So that's why the weigh-in will be the Saturday rather than the Sunday, but the filming will be the Sunday afternoon probably. So the video will be late, but the weigh-in will be really early. This is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I'm making any sense here. I'm still a little baffled from last night, which was the groom's stag do. A little bit mashing that one. We went axe throwing, of all things. I never thought of axe throwing as a sport, but it's actually really fun. And yeah, I didn't win, obviously. It's not my sort of thing generally, but I scored some points, which is incredible in itself. And I say, looking back on it, what you have it's like darts, basically. You have a dartboard or a target board in front of you, and when you throw the axe, you're trying to get it to stick in the board, preferably at the bullseye, but not always, obviously. I could hit the bullseye on most attempts, but I couldn't get the axe to stick in, so you don't score for that. And that's quite shocking, because normally for me it's hand-eye coordination rather than power, because this eye here is a weak eye, to say the least. You may have heard of the term lazy eye. Mine, I look at some people and their eyes slightly off for whatever reason, and it's very strange. It's like they're looking through you rather than looking at you. Mine doesn't do that. I still look at you. It's very blurred in the eye, so I've just closed the left eye now. I'm trying to find something I can actually read. There actually isn't that much I can read. Everything I can see around me is quite blurred. Yeah, so I was going to show you something I can read, but there's not much there. But my left eye, I can see pretty much the smallest stuff in. So I generally, just through default, look through my left eye. So like you probably look through both eyes and you get a nice 3D image. Whilst I still think I see in 3 dimensions, because I think this eye still helps, I'm very 2D, if that makes sense, 2-dimensional. So I guess it's what I'm used to, so I can still see 3D generally, but if I go to the cinema and watch and get those silly 3D glasses, they don't make much difference for me. And if you get those ones, I think they call it active 3D glasses that you can get with TVs, and what they literally do, they have shutters that open and close, so you see one image 1 second, next image next second, it just keeps flicking between the two, and literally all it's doing is that in front of your eyes all the time. They give me headache, and my brain just can't comprehend them. So it's quite funny. Went to a Samsung booth once, and they were trying to tell me how much better Active 3D was, and they told me to try both. And this was the first time I'd ever tried Active 3D, and I tried Passive on, and I was like, yeah, I can just about see some sort of difference there. And then they put the active one on, and yeah, I can still just about see some sort of difference there. But can I take these off now, please? Because they're giving me headache. Oh, these are the better ones. They're not for me. so yeah. Wow, that is a tangent and a half I just went on. I just literally just reprogrammed my brain then to think, oh, what am I talking about now? Weight loss, that's what I'm supposed to be on about. Wow, okay. If you ever believe these are scripted, they're not. I wish they were, but it's much better to have a raw thing, I think, personally. Yeah, so obviously losing only a pound is a little disappointing. I need to be losing more than that to be back on target. But I'm still losing. I'm still going in the right direction. I'm not putting weight on. I'm kind of sitting around the same level as I have since the beginning of January, but I'm not putting on, I am going down a bit, which is nice. So that's the target. We're going to keep going on with that sort of target, and touch wood, which is some on the desk there, we can actually get below 21 stone soon. So I shouldn't have done that. That's turned my laptop back on. If this has suddenly got noisy, I apologise. I don't know which computer makes the microphone noisy. So yeah, at the minute I am 21 stone. That's not the right sheet. 21 stone, 5 pounds, and that is not the lightest I've been so far. I've been 21 4.6. That was 19th of February. I did that. It's the second lightest, and it's certainly going in the right direction, but there's a lot of work to do here, and I need to get back in the downward spiral that I should be in terms of my weight, and the upward looking that I need to be mentally as well. So yeah, plenty going on, and hopefully plenty to, I don't know what the right word is here. I want to say sink my teeth into, but that's obviously not right, because if I sink my teeth into too much, I'm going to put on weight. But plenty for me to work on to improve myself, and that's what I really need to be doing. Right, I think I've rambled on way more than I should have done now, so I'm going to cut it short there. Thank you very much for watching. I do get... It's a reasonable amount of views. I don't expect hundreds or thousands or anything like that. Even up to 10 is impressive for me. And I'll see you again next time.